Can you see the hair on the floor?
Today, I guess, I don't have a vision of what we're gonna do. I definitely wanna lighten it up. It's super hot out there, Central Texas, and it gets really like thick in the back and in the sides. If I was gonna sum that up, is like I have no idea. Like we'll see how it goes.
Mr. Ryan, what can I do for you today?
I think we're gonna do hair and beard.
Awesome.
So I really like my curly hair.
Okay.
And I'd like to keep some of the curl in it, so I need some length to stay. This is like really long. I haven't done this in a long time. Wow.
When was the last time you had a cut?
February
of 2020.
2016 actually.
It grows very slowly.
Yeah. So it gets super big like in here and out here. So like this whole thing needs to be thinned out a little bit. Usually they do those
Thinning shears.
Yeah.
Do you like the overall like shape of the hair, as far as like the length back here, or do you want to do something a little more
business?
I wouldn't call it business, but just a little bit more structured and tight. Not like, we're not talking buzz cut or anything like that, but just bringing in a lot of this, or do you actually like this stuff back here?
I like it, but I don't like it in the summertime.
Okay. Yeah, so what I'm looking for is the back of your head is and how long your neck is. That's what I'm taking those things into consideration. And if you don't mind, we can take off this little back section here.
Yeah.
But we'll still leave a lot of this length. It'll essentially look like this shape right here. We're just gonna subtract all that since you can't see it anyway, and then we'll lighten it up. Do you put it up ever? Do you put it in a bun or anything like that?
I've never done that. I will say that if I had straight hair, I would consider doing the like Antonio Banderas from 1997 or whatever, the Zorro thing. But
what kind of hair did he have in Desperado?
Desperado, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good inspiration.
Yeah.
I like this was my Antonio Banderas Puss in Boots. And then as far as the beard goes?
So yeah, I was talking to Ben about that. I don't have a beard style. All I've ever done at previous barbers, well, first of all, I haven't ever really been to a real barber. Usually it's like a salon, and it's been like, so do you want to do a beard trim? Yeah, sure. They're like, what number do you want to do?
Yeah.
So it's not like a style. So I don't know, this is as long as it's ever been. I don't know if it has a natural style. I do put a little bit of beard oil in it. Mm-hmm. But I'm kind of open to what it is you see as the sculptor here, what's under there.
The overall length, the overall natural shape of it, the way that your cheeks grow out, your mustache, they're all fantastic. I think what I'd like to do, just based on my initial look at it, is really maybe just tighten up this little heavy part by your neck, but maintain a lot of the overall length.
Yeah. And
then just clean up this transition from beard into your hair. And then the mustache, actually, we'll just tidy it up a bit. But I think it's with the long hair, curls, the difference in color, it's a nice combination. I think you have a lovely situation going on.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we'll keep it gentle, but not too not so much that it's just like a cleanup. We're gonna get some weight, but
cool.
Yeah,
that sounds great.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just wet it down, get those curls nice and stretched out. Help the hair relax a bit, get it partitioned out of the way, and then we'll start trimming.
So I'm not hip to the trends of barbers. Like, why do you think it's a hot thing right now?
I think, to be honest, the freedom of what barbering offers, the fact that a lot of us get to make our own schedules. We have the dress codes are pretty lax. The attitude around the conversation at the water jug are, it's a fun, free spirit, rock tattoos, a little more colorful language. It's not the classic office job.
Yeah.
Still pretty lucrative, which is wonderful. But yeah, there's a creativity to it. There's a craftsmanship to it. And I think a lot of us, especially me, my guys my age, I'm gonna be 38 this year. We followed the formula, going to college, getting the degree, getting into debt, because that was the thing. And I think a lot of us really were yearning for, like I said, working with our hands, being a little more creative, a little looser in the daily, as opposed to the real classic corporate color inside the lines. And I think barbering and being a stylist offers that. So it's the best of all worlds. So that first round was just to get rid of that first chunk of length, and then just kind of start to create some structure. Before, his hair was so thick and curly that it was really sitting on top of itself, so that was a problem. Didn't want to get rid of all the weight, so I wanted to just dock it right here at the base of his neck, and then make sure that this stuff kind of flowed nicely into that without losing those curls. So now I'm going to double check it, lighten it up, see if he's cool with the length, and then we'll just proceed. Still quite a bit of length back here.
Yeah.
Like I said, just tucked in quite a bit. I'm gonna let it dry up a little bit as I do your beard, and I want to see it shrink up, because those curls, I want to see them reactivate.
Yeah.
And then we'll reassess.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm excited for this.
So what was the regular regimen? Did you ever go at it yourself, or?
There was a long time. In my 20s, I had a goatee. And that was like...
I didn't go with the goatee, I went with the long sideburns. It was either one or the others.
Yeah. So
beards weren't a thing back then.
No, they weren't. And so I would shave my cheeks or whatever and try to get my goatee the same, looking the same from both sides. And then sometimes you end up with like, man, I screwed up the whole thing. You got to just start all over. But ever since then, I just come to get my hair cut, and I'm like, could you please trim up the beard? We don't even talk about what it's supposed to look like. Or
when was the last time you saw your chin?
It might have been the late 80s. I'm actually not sure. No, it's been a long time.
I'm gonna hit her with some heat real quick. Maybe a little sea salt spray, kind of soften up. I'm gonna blow dry it real quick.
So is that a tool I need to have again? These circle comb?
They do help quite a bit if you either want to curl your beard under. This little wave, this little indentation that happens from the mask, just kind of sitting in there. You can roll that section out with a quick little hit of heat from the blow dryer, and it'll straighten it out again. Minimal effort, so it is not a bad idea to have in your arsenal.
Okay.
So as I'm looking at your beard, I want to make sure I don't take off too much of the meat from your beard, because your hair, these strands are very long. So if I start chopping them in too aggressively, they might start to spike up a little bit. So trying to pay attention to that. I'm going to keep my trimmer work up here in the top without chopping off all that meat, like I said.
Beardbrand's an admirable company. I'm a fan. I'm talked with Ben about that earlier. I met the owners of this company back in 2015, 2016 timeframe, and they've got this it's an undeniable culture, you know? Like I've been in their offices enough, and they've got people working on things that they truly want to be working on. And like, when you have people doing that, people do a really good job. And that's awesome. I think it's a great case study of company culture. But you know, it's clear that everybody's having fun, and that's another thing that is often missing from work. I don't know. I'm not like. We live in Austin. We have this sort of startup culture in Austin, where if you're to be a fun company or a company with a quote good culture, you got to have a ping pong table in the office.
It's
you know,
I talk about the same thing in my former career. I was a graphic designer, and that was the thing. You had the ping pong table and
like who plays ping pong?
It's yeah, man. It just becomes a distraction from the job that you don't like.
yeah, and you got to have like the catered, you know, food so that nobody leaves the office. And
well, hey, keep up with that, guys. I love the snacks.
All of that stuff. Anyway, it's. I guess what I'm saying is, it's more often gimmicky. You know, it's not always, and feels like maybe most of the time, not genuine to have fun in the office. It's just sort of like, oh, we need to have a ping pong table because they have one 2 doors down over at that tech company. We're a tech company. We got to have one. So what I like about Beardbrand is that it started on a culture, and it has kept true to that culture for whatever it is now, like 8 years or something like that. Yeah,
So,
what would you call it? Like, what is the term here?
it's a good question.
It's a beard.
I would say this is a beard.
The standard 100% beard, USDA certified.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't call it Teresa, but it's definitely organic. This is a very natural beard. It's low maintenance. It's what I'm trying to pay attention to is your texture. So some guys have a little bit of a tighter curl to their beard, so it's more of a shaping that we as barbers do when we're trying to dial in someone's beard. Yours has the longer strands of hair, so I need to be aware of that so it doesn't start to spring out on you. And then I'm really digging the length, so it was just more of a tidying up. I'm going to work into your mustache right now, and like I said, I'm combing it to see where the strands start to curl back into your mouth. I really like the length, but what I'm going to look for is to get rid of the part that's maybe blocking the food port as opposed to...
Yeah, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, because this type of mustache, they're hard to come by. You don't see them too often because it's a very successful type of walrus, mustache, and I'm pretty sure it was unintentional, but God bless you for being able to.
Thank you.
So as I come through it right now that I'm just kind of just fiddling with it, what I'm looking for is that all the hair that I did cut is the actual true length of it. So as I yank it out, I want to see that they all kind of spring back at the same time. If there's any little guys, I'll just clip them off real quick. But it's, like I said, I really like your length. Just wanted to get rid of that neck beard that you had going on, which sometimes happens.
So let's do just a tiny little bit, like here and here, like just a skosh.
A scotch.
A skosh.
I call them smidges.
A smidge.
Just a smidge.
Yeah, take a smidge. Oh man, the smidge. That reminds me of. I've been watching Gordon Ramsay.
That's where I get it from. That's where I get it from. That's where I get it from. I aspire to cut hair the way he cooks food.
Oh man, this guy. So he's got like the sort of, I don't know, loud personality, I'll say. Don't have any better adjectives right now, but he's just a little bit wired all the time. But he's got his own show that's like the ultimate cookery course, and the thing he always says at the end of the intro is he'll show you 100 recipes to stake your life on. And it just sounds so severe, you know, like you stake your life on these recipes, man.
I like it. He's in it to win it.
He is in it to win it for sure.
He's not effing around, man.
They're all steak recipes.
The first one,
that's what it was.
The first one is a steak recipe for sure, and I was like, oh, here we go. So anyway, he's all the time talking about, you know, just a bit of olive oil, and he'll do like, you know, empty the bottle into the pan.
So his definition of smidge is
it's
a lot different than maybe ours.
Just different for everybody, you know? You gotta like check on that. Yeah. Oh yeah. You should do this for a living.
It takes me a couple tries sometimes, but eventually we'll get there.
One of these and one of those.
Yeah, we avoided evidence boards.
What was
White
that? Did you
chalk.
heat that up?
Yes, that's warm. It's warm lather.
That feels good.
Wait till you experience the next thing.
The people on at home, you got to get this warm lather. This is amazing. Warm up your lather. That's what I learned today. Like
Of all the things that we've spoken about today,
definitely warm up your lather.
Very.
That's handy. Well done.
I'm loving your curls, man.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
glad
you.
that we maintained them. Keep some of that length and weight.
It's just so much lighter, and it feels just a lot nicer feeling the air in my hair and stuff. It feels great.
You been to beardbrand.com lately? I mean, seriously. You want to look good? You want to take care of yourself? You want people to know you take care of yourself? What you doing? Don't waste your time. Beardbrand.com.